What devours the undisciplined empowers the conscious. A stoic law of fire. You're tired, but not from work, not from stress, not from anything a vacation can fix. You're tired of being split in two, of walking around with a smile that doesn't reach your eyes, of performing strength while something inside you quietly breaks. And the worst part, you can't name it. So you numb it with women, with pornography, with dopamine, with hustle, with anything that keeps you from sitting in silence long enough to hear your soul scream. Because if you sat still, you'd hear the question no one wants to ask. Who am I when no one is watching? And your chest would tighten, because you wouldn't know the answer. You see, the problem isn't sex, it's that you've mistaken sex for connection, validation for intimacy, performance for power. And each time you chase another climax, another conquest, another flicker of approval, the emptiness only deepens. Because what you're really longing for can't be touched. What you seek isn't her body, it's your soul. Desire is not weakness, it's a compass. But only if you learn to read it. Right now you don't channel it. You discharge it, waste it, flee from it. Like a man running from fire, not knowing that the flame he fears is the forge that could make him whole. What if your desire wasn't meant to be obeyed but understood? What if every ache wasn't a call to consume but a call to create? To build art, to build presence, to build a life that makes the ache worth it. But you've been trained otherwise. Taught to conquer everything except your own reflection. Taught to impress others before connecting with yourself. Taught that masculinity is noise, not depth. So you became addicted to chasing. Not because you're broken, but because no one ever taught you how to return to yourself. And now you're collapsing. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. Pleasure doesn't feel like pleasure anymore. The high is shorter. The come down is longer. You feel like you're winning on the outside and dying on the inside. This is not failure. This is the threshold. Because inside the pain you're avoiding is the king you've forgotten. And to reach him, you must go through the cave of wounds, of fatherlessness, of masks built in desperation. The cave where the boy in you still begs to be seen. It's dark, it's brutal, but it's necessary. Because no man becomes whole without entering the place he fears the most. And if you stay, if you stop running long enough to feel it all, the shame, the grief, the raw ache of having betrayed your own center, you meet someone, not the predator, not the pleaser, not the broken boy, but the king, not the tyrant, not the savior, the quiet one, the one who needs nothing because he is the source. This is where transmutation begins, where you stop begging for energy and start becoming energy. You stop leaking your fire into cheap orgasms and start holding it, breathing with it, creating from it. And suddenly you don't chase anymore, you attract. Not because of tricks or looks, but because your presence speaks louder than words. You've gone from seeker to sovereign, from seducer to creator, from burning out to burning within. So here's the question. What would happen if you stopped spilling your fire into empty pleasures and used it to forge a purpose no one could take from you? This isn't repression, this is redirection, this is stoic alchemy. This is what happens when a man finally understands that desire was never the enemy. It was the buried voice of his own power waiting to be heard. And once you hear it, once you listen, you'll never chase the same again. Because you are the forge, and the world doesn't need another man addicted to approval. It needs one who burns from the inside and builds something sacred from the flame. That's you. That's iron within. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Lao Tzu, echoed by every Stoic who ever lived. You've made it through the first fire. The masks are on the floor. The illusion's cracked. You're standing at the edge of something deeper now. But this is where most men stop. Because it's not enough to see the truth. Now, you must live it. And here's the paradox. What you once used to escape yourself now becomes the very power that awakens you. That ache in your chest, the craving that once drove you to empty pursuits. It wasn't hunger for another person. It was the seed of your own soul begging to be rooted in purpose. You were never addicted to pleasure. You were addicted to numbing the pain of being disconnected from yourself. But now you know. Now the fire's in your hands, and what you do with it will either destroy you or transform you. If this message lit something inside you, don't scroll away. Sit in the fire for a moment. Breathe through it. Then subscribe to this channel. We don't just build views, we build men.